YouTube channel. Today we're going to kind of go through a quick breathwork meditation, specifically focusing our intention and tending to the vagus nerve. So, a little information before we start. The vagus nerve is a very important and powerful nerve in our body. It controls a lot of things, but specifically, it really I got turkeys back here. They're not mine. They're the neighbors, but they're here anyways. So if you hear that, bear with me. Um, anyways, it is a incredibly powerful nerve that helps regulate our emotions, and it also is a nerve that specifically controls like migraines, brain fog, different things in the head, neck, and shoulders that a lot of people struggle with. And a lot of people that I've heard, like clients come to me and say they have vagus nerve issues. A lot of times they're feeling very emotionally overwhelmed, very tired, and just frazzled. And so this is a really important thing to kind of tend to. However, there's a lot of information on how to stimulate and take care of the vagus nerve. And I've kind of seen it in my own clients and my own work, but I've been listening to this podcast called Thinking Practitioner. It's an incredible podcast, and I highly recommend you check it out. But they talked about the vagus nerve and how truly the best way to tend to this is through breath work, through sound, and by consistently creating a space for ourself day in and day out where we can find solitude and calmness. A lot harder than that makes it out to be, but taking that time and prioritizing that throughout our days is really important, and it helps us regulate our vagus nerve and our nervous system. So we are going to kind of go through a little bit of a breath work, a little bit of sound work, and creating our own little space of solitude. So you pick where that feels good to you. I'm outside. It's a beautiful day here in Michigan, so I'm soaking that in. But maybe that's like a separate room in your house, or maybe that's a park or somewhere that feels good to you, where you really feel like you can be somewhere where you feel like you can somewhere where you feel like you can somewhere where you feel like you can be still and quiet and calm and taking time for yourself. So join me wherever you are. I'm just sitting in a chair. I'm gonna sit up tall, maybe rounding my shoulders a couple of times. Maybe I do a couple of head circles to start, just to kind of open the body up and release any kind of tension, stagnant energy, so I can really pay attention to my breath in this moment. Good. So sitting up tall, bringing those shoulder blades together and back, finding our breath here. Inhaling in through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth. Creating that sound helps us stimulate that vagus nerve. So be sure to bring your breath, your voice into this breath work, okay? Inhaling in and exhaling out through the mouth. Again, inhaling in and exhaling out. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Now here we're going to bring in some more sounds. We're going to hum or sigh on our exhale. Inhaling in and exhaling out. So it might feel a little silly, but I promise you it's really good for our system. Inhaling in and humming or sighing it out. Inhaling in and exhaling out. Turkey joined in on that one. Inhaling in and humming or sighing it out. Taking one final breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Coming into head circles one more time. Opening the neck, the shoulders. Maybe reversing your circle the other way. Good. We're going to come to our ears and just kind of press down slightly. I don't want you to pull your ears down. I just kind of want some compression here. So that vagus nerve runs up behind our ear, like the backs of the ear. And so just kind of finding a little bit of pull, a little bit of massage around this area can help kind of bring some space to that nerve. Holding at the bottom of your ear, pressing slightly for a little bit of pressure, inhaling in, and exhale out with a sigh. One more time, inhaling in and exhaling out. Good. Release. I hope that helped a little bit, kind of calm your system down and allow you to have just a few minutes of breath work and meditation. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel and send this video to anyone who might need a little bit of TLC. Thanks.